Okay guys, we got something really fantastic done for SerpAttack. You can see here we've got a view happening here. You can see I've got the proxies on, and when I come over to the proxies, you can see I've got none in here at all. Okay, now that is because we're using mobile proxies that are coming from our own mobile app that we have built from the ground up, and this is part of a P2P mobile server network. Okay, so it's a mobile proxy network where you need to assign your mobile phone, your Android phone, to your account, and then what we can do is that we can start to do views from each other's mobile IPs. Now this is really something special, because I'm not aware there's anything that's like this been built before, and we have built it from scratch, and it's taken us a little bit more time than we would have liked, but we have got there in the end. Now the reason why we want to use mobile proxies is because they're far better than residential proxies. They're harder to trace, so we can do multiple views from a single Android phone with different IPs for every single view. Okay, now this is really important, because if it's harder to trace and we can do thousands of IPs from a single mobile phone, then just imagine that instead of being stuck using your phone plan that you have got, say for example for me in Thailand, that means all my views would be in Thailand. But instead of having that problem, what we can do is we can tap into other people's IPs from their mobile phones as part of the SerpAttack network, so that I can get views from people who have got mobile plans in America, Australia, UK, Canada, etc. Okay, so it's something very unique, something very special. Now with the mobile app, I can't show you that here because my mobile is not on the desktop where I'm recording this. You can change your IP from 1 minute upwards. Okay, it will auto change for you every single minute if you choose. Okay, now what I suggest you do is you come into SerpAttack, and when you're creating a project in here, what you should do then is know the length of your video and put a delay in between each view according to the length of your video. Okay, and this is where you should set your auto IP change as well, so you're always getting views done from different IPs. That means that you won't be doing any personal views on your own desktop computer for your own projects from the same IP multiple times. Okay, it's a very easy setup to be able to do. Okay, now as I mentioned before, this means that we can get international mobile views. Okay, and how we do this is basically you need to have an Android phone to connect. Okay, a spare one is better. I'm using a spare one right now. I took an extra phone plan to be able to do that, and the phone plan cost me less than what it does to buy squid proxies per month. Okay, for 25 squid proxies per month, I think I was paying about $36 per month. This is about $30 per month for unlimited data phone plan for being able to use this properly, and that gives me access to a lot of IPs, even though it's in the same location. But the beauty of our system, the way that we have built it, is that we have got the ability to tap into each other's IPs. Okay, I can get views from people who are within the same group. Okay, within SerpAttack we have got groups in SerpAttack, and people within the same group can assign views to each other. It's basically crowdsourced mobile views SEO. Okay, so we can do the CTR clicks and the retention, etc. Now how does it work? Well, first of all, you need to install our mobile app. Okay, this is a brand new mobile app that we built from scratch. We did try to work with some other ones that exist, but we found them too problematic, and it didn't solve the problem of being able to do the international views. Okay, so if I want to get views from somebody else in the group that's from Canada, someone else from Australia, someone else from USA, someone else from United Kingdom, then what I could do then with 5 people, just 5 people in the group, is that I could expect to get views from all those different countries, and these would be mobile views which are harder to trace, and every single time with a different IP. It's a phenomenal concept that we have built here. Okay, so once you have added the mobile app, then what you need to do is you are going to add your username and password for your SerpAttack account, okay, for your SerpAttack account. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over into SerpAttack, and you can see here we got project folders in here. All you have to do is create a folder. Okay, you can see I've got one in the background there. I called it folder 1. It's just us testing, and you're going to choose that it's a mobile proxy. Okay, you just give it a name. So I'm going to call this one here folder 2. Okay, and I'll put in instances, and I can make projects added to this folder exclusive to this instance, and that instance is basically means a device. Okay, so you can see I've got a specific device here that I will be doing views from my desktop viewer. Okay, if I want to do that, then I can do that. I'm not going to do that here. I'm not even going to save that folder because I don't need it right now. Now once you've got a folder in here, once you've logged into your mobile app with your SerpAttack account details, it's going to ask you to connect, and before you can connect, it's going to ask you to give some permissions. Okay, the permissions is to make our app the default assistant for your Android phone. This is why it's better to have a spare Android phone. I think most of us now have got a spare Android phone, and when we have that telephone with the default assistant being the mobile app, that means that we can auto change the IP according to the settings that you have got. Okay, so how that works is basically you log in, you choose the folder that you want to work with for that particular session. Okay, you connect, and then once you connect, you will be given some choices there, and one of those is to auto change the IP, and that is done. Okay, now once you have done that, you can come in here to the mobile proxies, and you should see that your proxy will start to show. Okay, it will start off with the original IP. Okay, and you'll be able to see that you are connected according to the device. You can see here we've got 3 or 4 different devices that we've been testing with to make sure this is working. Okay, and it's all working fine, as you can see from the views being done, even though I've got proxies on, and even though there is no proxy showing here yet. Now we will fix that. We will fix it to the point where you can see that you are connected to the mobile, so that you can to the mobile server, so that you know at least which country you're doing the views from. And within the project settings, if I come into the projects over here, if I click on view for any of these, I can go into reports. If I click over here, reports, and we will put in here where the views are being done from, and we might even be able to put in here the exact IP that was used for each one of these. Okay, so that we are able to determine that everything is working according to plan, that every single view has been done from a different IP. That makes this very, very more acceptable when you can understand it. You can see that it's being done from a different IP. Okay, so it's all very easy to do. Even the settings on the mobile phone is very, very easy to do. You just follow the settings as we send the pop-ups after you have installed the mobile app. Now some FAQs that I've just written down from the top of my head, these are some of my own questions, and some questions from the Skype group for SerpAttack. First of all is, do I still need squid proxies? Well, no you don't, but you can still use them if you want to. No reason why you can. What I do envisage happening is that we will have people setting up some private groups. You only need 3 or 4 people or 5 people to be able to do views from 5 different countries or 4 different countries. So you don't need that many people. So we don't need to focus so much on the public groups. It's going to work better if you've got 3 or 4 friends who are SerpAttack members. You create the group yourselves, you agree that you're going to keep your mobile proxies on, and you just run your campaigns, and you've got access to thousands of IPs from different countries. Okay, that's how it can work best, in my opinion. Just get 3 or 4 people that you can really trust that will keep the telephone on, and that way you're able to get those views, and they're all mobile views from different IPs from different parts of the world. Okay, that's a very, very good situation to be able to find ourselves in now that we can do that. Okay, how many IPs can you get from an Android phone? Now I need to go and check this a little bit more, but having looked before we even built our own server, is thousands of IPs per telephone. Okay, for every Android phone, the phone plan that you get when you're changing the IPs. Well, basically what most of them are doing is they're switching on and off the airplane mode, and every time you switch on and off the airplane mode according to the settings for auto change IP, then what is happening there is you're getting a different IP every single time. Okay, so you've got plenty of IPs available, and there's not really any issue with the number of IPs. The most important thing to me is the international views. Okay, it's the ability that we can tap into each other's IPs so that we can get those views done from different countries. Okay, do I need an unlimited data plan? Well, because we're doing video views, mostly with SerpAttack, you can do some basic stuff with GMB. We still have to update more features on that particular part of it, but we're able to do a lot more with YouTube. So we're doing YouTube views, and some of these are CTR views, playlist views, YouTube shorts views, etc. We got a whole bunch of very unique YouTube SEO tools for CTR SEO, so that with the click-through rate, and also with direct to the URL kind of video views for embedded views, etc. as well, then that means that we're able to go and do bulk views from all these thousands of IPs. Okay, you will need a larger group probably to be able to get through those faster, but we're still able to do that with different IPs for different video views each time. Okay, so that's why we need unlimited data plans. Okay, but you do need to ask them, because sometimes they will tell you you've got an unlimited data plan, but they have actually put a cap on it, maybe 40 gigabytes or 80 gigabytes. Just ask them, and you know, if the best you can do is get 40 or 60 or 80 gigabyte, use it and test it and see. You might not need it. We don't know yet. It's too early to know. Okay, how do you connect the mobile proxies to the desktop tool? Well, basically, once you have created your folder in here, and you can see I'm only using one folder here, and you have connected your mobile app and you've chosen that folder, then it's going to show here in the mobile proxies that you're logged in. Okay, it's going to show you here. In fact, we need something here to say that we are logged in, but you can see the time it was last logged in. And as long as you can keep your mobile screen open, then it will continue to view, etc. Okay, so that's basically how we can do that. And what we can do as well is we can make sure, if you've got your mobile screen open all the time and you have set the auto IP to update, say for example every 1 or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, then as long as your video is matching that length of time or whatever you've done for the delay, we can just make sure that way that you don't have any double views being done from the same IP from your computer. Okay, because when you set up in SerpAttack, when you set up in here and you come over into the SerpAttack settings, you can set the number of threads in here for personal projects and for group projects. Okay, if you're setting this for personal projects, then you need to make sure that whatever videos you're using in those personal projects, that you have your IP changing at least at the same amount of time. Okay, so you're not going to do double views from the same IP. Okay, so if you got a 3-minute video, make it change every 2 minutes or something like that, every 3 minutes, something like that. Okay, so once you see this happening, then you're connected. You will just see the views starting to happen, and the reason you don't see views here happening right now is because I've got 3 private projects and I've got 3 projects running right now, but I did put the time delay in between each. Okay, but I'm not bothered because I can just leave my telephone on, make sure the screen's open all the time, and just leave it next to the computer, and it will just carry on viewing all day. Now, one of the main things for me is that we're able to go and use the P2P IPs for private projects, not just group projects. Okay, that's something I haven't tested yet. That's something I need to get confirmed, but it's where I want to go with this, so that we can do this with private projects. So that means that you don't really need the groups, but the benefit of using groups, if you've got 4 or 5 people that you totally trust, is that you know that they will have the telephone on all the time if all of you agree to do that. Okay, but for now we should be able to still do private projects using IPs for mobile phones from all over the world. Okay, so that's a pretty cool thing if we're able to do that. I need to get that confirmed, but that's the direction we're going to be going in, and I don't see any reason why we cannot get that done. Okay, can I see the IPs that have been used for each view being done? Well, that's something we're still adding. We've just basically got this finished early in the morning, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We had basically sort of figured out all the bugs, and we were ready for testing. Basically, we've been working on this for a few weeks on and off. So it's too early to have that part done yet, but it's planned to get done before we release it. It should be there, okay? So you'll be able to see where the IPs have been done from for every single view, so you can see it's all been done differently. Also, it's important for us, if there's some kind of a bug and you get maybe 2 or 3 views from the same IP, then it's something we need to look into, and the only way that we can do that is if we have reporting that tells us. So it's important for us as well, and I use this tool too, so it's important for me as well to know that. Okay, so can I use P2P international mobiles for mobile IPs for private projects? Well, as I mentioned, that's where we're going next. That's the next step with this. If that is able to be done, then you don't really need the groups as much as what you need now. If you're a SerpAttack member, it just means probably that you can do enough views from different parts of the world with mobile views, as long as people have got their telephone switched on. So it's actually better to begin with that we start in the group until we can build that membership up even further. Now, once this part is done, and once everything has been done here, we will do a big promotion of this. What we're going to do is we're taking away the SerpAttack lifetime, and what we're going to do now is offer SerpAttack, selling SerpAttack from this point forward. Okay, from the sales page will be changed from this point forward, where it's a complete package. Okay, so we have had to significantly increase the server resources. Okay, this is going to take a major hit on the servers. It's going to be very resourceful in the amount of data that's being used, etc. So we have to upgrade our servers. So we need to charge for it, and we need to charge monthly for this. But what it means is that to use SerpAttack as a new customer coming in, if you want to use the mobile proxies, then you can pay a monthly fee, and we will give you credits to use, universal credits that you can use for all different kinds of projects. Okay, and what kind of projects have we got? Let's go and have a look, and I'll show you. If I create a new project here, you can see that we can do CTR video views, bulk video views. That's direct to YouTube without doing any CTR from the search engines. Okay, we can do YouTube Shorts players, we can do blog browsing, we can do playlist views for single video. That's the top video, make sure it's your own video at the top. We can do bulk embedded views. That means places like Medium, Coral, Web 2.0 kind of sites. If you've got your videos embedded, even if you've done a press release and you've syndicated that will work to do video views from there. Okay, CTR embedded views, that means searching the search engine for a web page where your video is embedded for a particular keyword, and then when it gets through it, it's going to start to watch the video. But what it's actually doing there is it will do the search and click from the search engine. It will go to the page, it will spend a couple of minutes there, and then it will click through and watch it on YouTube, so it looks like a referral views from a different website coming into YouTube, which is a good thing. We can do playlist views for all of the playlists. Okay, we can do for the full playlist, and that's with CTR and direct to the URL without the CTR. We can do Chrome pages. Okay, these pages here. If I open this up, you can see this is a Chrome Web Store page. This is where people can install your Chrome extensions. Now, if you've got Chrome extensions on here, you can embed videos on here as well. Okay, let's see if we've got one here with the video. It'd be easier to explain it. And you can see here I've got a video on here. Then what we can do is we can do views on here from CTR clicks that got us here in the first place, which is pretty cool. Okay, Google My Business, it's still kind of basic, that stuff. We've got more to add. Direct to website for backlink boosting. That means your backlinks, okay, that are linking to your content, we can go there, then do a referral view, and we can do it via CTR as well. So if you've got a backlink linking to your content, whatever that backlink URL is, if it's ranking for anything, you can actually do the CTR click from the search engines, go through to that page that's backlinking to. It's going to find you a backlink from there, and then it's going to click through onto your website and or your video and do retention sort of views from that point. Okay, and we've got GMB backlink booster, we got TikTok viewer as well, TikTok CTR and bulk as well in here. Okay, so there's enough tools in here that we can be using very effectively for CTR, for retention, and we are still working on some of these as well to make them even better, especially the GMB stuff. We really need to up our game with that kind of stuff. So any suggestions for that, let us know, because now that we can do the mobile views, that means we've sort of surpassed a major task that we needed to do, that did take a lot of time to build, because it was built from completely from scratch. And I don't think there's anything similar to this anywhere as far as the P2P mobile international proxies are concerned. Okay, where we can do views for each other. Okay, and we will keep the cost down quite low for this, and the cost is going to be $47 per month, and you will get some credits to use for your SerpAttack campaigns for that. If you're a lifetime member though, you can get this for $27 per month. Okay, we will give you a discount on that because you trusted us to purchase at the lifetime. Now, as of now, you can still purchase the lifetime, but it's only going to be available for another couple of days, and then we are taking that away. And once we have the offer up, once we have the offer ready, after we've done a little bit more testing here with this new system, we need to make sure it's working. We'll test it for another 2 or 3 days probably. Once we're really confident we've got everything just as it should be, then everything changes on the offer. Now, if you've already got SerpAttack and you've got SerpAttack credits, you can still come in with and to be able to use the P2P network, okay, for the mobile proxies, for the international mobile proxies. Okay, you can still do that, and what we can do then is just put you onto a monthly plan. You still will have your credits available, but what you can do is you can swap out from using squid proxies, and instead of using squid proxies, you can use the P2P mobile IPs instead, okay, which is far better. But let us test it for another couple of days and we will release this. So if you still want to get this cheaper, you can still purchase the lifetime of SerpAttack. Okay, you can purchase it right now. I'll put a link in the description, and then once we are ready, you will be able to get a major discount on the monthly for the P2P mobile network. Okay, and that means mobile IP views from all over the world instead of using residential proxies. Okay, much better. All right, thanks. Any questions, you can put them underneath the video, or if you're in the Skype group for SerpAttack, then you can ask questions in there as well. Thanks.